And now, Andrew Knows Everything proudly presents Fiverella, based on the story of Cinderella. Andrew's Doors, I hope you enjoyed it. Once upon a time, there lived a young girl named Fiverella. Fiverella had four ugly, mean stepsisters: Fiona, Isabella, Verona, and Ella. Fiona, Isabella, Verona, and Ella made Fiverella do all the chores. Sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all, said Fiona, Isabella, Verona, and Ella. One day, the king of Fiveingham's messenger said, Hear ye, the king of Fivingham is going to throw a ball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Quintuppling. But Fiverella is not welcome. Her stepsisters are. Fiona said, He's going to marry me. Isabella said, No way, Fiona. He's going to marry me. Verona said, Both of you are wrong. He's going to marry me. Ella said, All three of you are wrong. He's going to marry me. Later, Fiverella is so sad that she cannot go to the ball and marry Prince Quintupling. Suddenly, her fairy godmother asks, Why are you crying, Fiverella? Fiverella responds, I got a lot of chores to be done. I can't go to the ball and marry Prince Quintupling. The fairy godmother said, I can help with a bit of magic. Quantity, woo! The fairy godmother's magic did all the chores and then turned Fiverella's do-rag and ribbed dress into a gown and crown. Fiverella said, I've never seen such a quintastic dress, and get a load of my glass slippers. But she's not done yet. The fairy godmother said, Fetch me. Fiverella, go fetch me a good old pumpkin. Luckily, Fiverella has 5 pumpkins, and the fairy godmother turned the 5 pumpkins into a handsome coach. It's drawn by 10 strong horses. The fairy godmother said, Have fun, Fiverella, but I would warn you, return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken. Fiverella accepted the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, Prince Quintupling said, Who should I marry? Fiona, Isabella, Verona, and Ella said all together, He's walking towards me. Well, he's not walking towards any of them, but Prince Quintupling is walking towards Fiverella. Fiverella and Prince Quintupling danced happily together. But later, Fiverella realized it's almost midnight, so she scurried out of the ball. And when she was running so fast, she lost one of her glass slippers. Prince Quintupling was so worried that she might never see Fiverella again. So he traveled all around Fivingham to find her, bringing the tiny glass slipper with him. He knocked on the door where Fiverella and her 4 ugly mean stepsisters live. Prince Quintupling said to her stepsisters, Ladies, I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try on this glass slipper? Fiona is first. but her foot is too small. Isabella is next, but her foot is too big. Verona and Ella are last, but neither of the feet match. Suddenly, Prince Quintuple noticed Prince Fiverella's sweet singing. Prince Quintuple, is that really you? Of course it's me, Fiverella. Prince Fiverella is so excited because she's happy to have her Prince Quintuple back. And they all lived happily ever after. The end. And take care, Andrew Stewards. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Bye. And now, Andrew Knows Everything proudly presents Cinderella. It is based on the story of Cinderella, with a bit of a twist. Once upon a time, there was a young girl named Cinderella. Cinderella had 4 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters named Nina, Isabella, Natalia, and Ella. Nina, Isabella, Natalia, and Ella made Cinderella do all the chores. Sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all, said Nina, Isabella, Natalia, and Ella all together. One day, the king of Nottingham's messenger arrives and says, Hear ye, the king of Nottingham is going to throw a ball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Nottingham. But Cinderella is not welcome. Her stepsisters are. He's going to marry me, said Nina. Isabella said, No way, Nina! He's going to marry me! Natalia said, Both of you are wrong! He's going to marry me! Ella said, All 3 of you are wrong! He's going to marry me! Later, Cinderella is so sad about not going to the mall and marrying Prince Nottingham while doing chores. Suddenly, her fairy godmother arrives and asks Cinderella what's wrong by saying, Why are you crying, Cinderella? Cinderella responds, I can't go to the ball and marry Prince Nottingham, but I have lots of chores to be done. Cinderella's fairy godmother said, I can help with a bit of magic, and waves her magic wand. Because of that, Cinderella's chores are all done. But her fairy godmother is not done yet. She said, Cinderella, go fetch me a pumpkin and some mice. Luckily, Cinderella has 9 pumpkins and 18 mice. Cinderella's fairy godmother waves her magic wand again to tell her the 9 pumpkins into a handsome coach, the 18 mice into horses, and Cinderella's rich clothes into a gown and crown. Cinderella said, I've never seen such a not-a-fantastic gown, and get a load of my glass slippers. How can I ever thank you enough? Cinderella's fairy godmother said, Well, you can't. But have fun, Cinderella. But I would warn you, return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken, and everything will change back to the way it was before. Cinderella accepted the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, Prince Nottingham was wondering who he should marry. He's walking towards me, said Nina, Isabella, Natalia, and Ella all together, but he's not walking towards any of them. He's walking towards Cinderella. May I have this dance? Asked Prince Nottingham. Cinderella responds, I would be delighted. Cinderella and Prince Nottingham dance happily together. But later, Cinderella realized it's almost midnight. So she scurried out of the ball, and she was running so fast that she lost one of her glass slippers. Prince Nonobling was so worried that he might never see Cinderella again. So he traveled all around Nonobling to find her and brought the glass slipper with him. By the time he arrives, he knocks on the door of the home where Cinderella, Nina, Isabella, and Natalia and Ella lived. But instead of Cinderella, he finds Nina, Isabella, Natalia, and Ella. Prince Nonobly then said, "Ladies, I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try on this glass slipper?" Nina is first, but her foot is too big. Isabella is next, but her foot is too small. Natalie and Ella did the same thing, but none of their feet are the right size either. Suddenly, Prince Nonobly noticed Cinderella's sweet singing. The glass slipper fits! Cinderella gets so excited because she's happy to have Prince Nonobly back. And they both lived happily ever after. The end. Andrew's Doers, I hope you enjoyed this story. And if you want to see some sequels to Cinderella, something like that, etc., tell your friends about it. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on Andrew Does Everything. And buy our merchandise too on AndrewDoesEverything.com. Take care. Bye. Hello, Andrew's Doers. Andrew Does Everything proudly presents Spiderella, based on Cinderella. Spiderella lived with her two ladybug stepsisters. The stepsisters were very mean. They were constantly making fun of Spiderella. They've always made Spiderella do all the chores. We're both beautiful ladybugs. We have pretty spots and dainty wings. We have 6 legs. You have 8 legs. Yeah, you're weird, Spiderella. You have 2 extra legs. The only thing your extra legs are good for is doing chores. Hot toot, Spiderella, put those extra legs to work. Sweep out the pantry. Clean out the kitchen. We're ladybugs. We're too sweet and pretty to do. I swear. Besides, we might hurt one of our beautiful wings. Spiderella went about her work sadly. So sadly. Her 2 mean ladybug stepsisters simply sat around the house, chattering and gossiping. They were both very excited. There was going to be a big bug ball thrown by the cicada prince. I'm so excited. I want to look beautiful so that the cicada prince will fall in love with me. I'm going to wear a beautiful, lovely ball gown, and the cicada prince will ask me to marry him. I'd like to go to the bug ball too. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. You have 8 legs, not 6. How will you even dance? The only thing you're good for is cleaning and spinning webs. Go spin a ball, a gown for the ball. The day of the ball arrived. The cool ladybug stepsisters set off wearing the gowns that Spiderella had spotted. Spiderella stayed home, dressed in ragged clothing and doing chores. Spiderella washed and dried the dishes with her 8 legs. She was very sad. Oh, I wish I could go to the bug ball. It would be so much fun. Spiderella was crying so hard. as she didn't even notice that she had a visitor. It was a brown insect with wings and a tiny tiara. It was her fairy godmother. Why are you crying, Spiderella? I wish I could go to the bug ball. And you shall, my dear. I am your fairy godmother, and I will grant you your wish. Oh, now, Spiderella, go fetch an acorn. Spiderella picked out a nice round acorn. The fairy godmother flapped her wings, and the acorn turned into a tiny acorn coach. It was drawn by 4 strong hands. Thank you, fairy godmother. And what a wonderful way to travel to the bug ball. But I don't have anything to wear. Don't worry, my dear. I will give you a beautiful outfit. The fairy godmother, her wings. Suddenly, Spiderella's rags turned into a beautiful dress. The fairy godmother flapped her wings one more time. Glass slippers appeared before Spiderella. There were 8 of them, set up in a row. Spiderella put on the 8 glass slippers and climbed into the acorn coach drawn by the 4 ants. Well, I'm off to the bug ball. Have a wonderful time, dear. But remember, be back home by the stroke of midnight. Otherwise, your acorn coach will turn back into an acorn, and your gown will turn back to rags. At the bug ball, Spiderella had a wonderful time. She danced with a very handsome cricket and an extremely humorous roly-poly. And now, I'd like to play a song for the most beautiful bug at the ball. He's walking right toward me. You're bugging out, sis. He's always walking toward me. Yeah. The cicada prince walked past the 2 ladybugs and stood directly in front of Spiderella. The Spiderella, he began to rub his wings together and make a lovely buzzing sound. Spiderella couldn't believe it. The prince was playing a special song just for her. She was the bug of all. You're a beautiful bug. Together we'll be snug. And we could live in a rug and inside an old jug. What a lovely song! Thank you. Would you care to chance the jitterbug with me? Spiderella and the cicada prince danced the jitterbug. But soon, Spiderella realized it was nearly midnight. She scurried out of the ball so fast, moving so quickly that she lost all 8 of her glass slippers. The next day, the cicada prince traveled around the forest trying to find the beautiful bug that had captured his heart. He brought the 8 tiny glass slippers with him. If he could find who they belonged to, he would have found his love bug. He knocked on the door of the home where the Spiderella and the 2 ladybugs lived. Who is it? Who is it? It's the cicada prince. Well, open the door. Good afternoon, ladybugs. Hello, Prince. Can I get you a lump of sugar to chew on? Hello, Prince. Can I get you a glass of bug juice? No, thank you, ladybugs. But I do have a favor to ask. Can each of you try on these glass slippers? The first ladybug tried on the glass slippers, but it was too small and didn't fit. But the second ladybug found that on the slippers they fit just fine. There! I put on all 6 slippers. I am your true love. Now give me a nice fat cicada fist. Yes. Not so fast! There were 8 slippers, not 6. 8 slippers! Yes. Just then, the cicada prince noticed Spiderella. Spiderella looked rather familiar. He asked her to try on the glass slippers. They fit and she had the right number of legs. 8! He found his love bug. It's you! You're the beautiful bug from the ball. I love you. You say you'll be my little spider wife. Of course you will, my prince, but I'd like to get rid of these glass slippers. They're really hard to walk around in. And so, Spiderella and the cicada prince lived happily ever after. The cicada prince would often rub his wings together and sing silly songs, and Spiderella always either went barefoot or wore sneakers. The end!